I'm Chelsea,
And I'm Peyton.
and this is,
Dates away.
and I'm not really sure why I did that quite so uppity and weird with an accent, but I'm feeling fancy, I guess.
We are kind of in a weird mood. Not like silly goofy, but not like serious. It's kind of like a weird
We're just like whoopty frickin' do.
I don't know, maybe I'm the one in a weird mood. But, you know.
I feel
I it's
twinkly and tired because I feel like my skin is so shiny, and my earring kind of keeps like glinting off my light. I feel so bougie.
yeah, you're fancy. You're like glowing.
Yeah, in all the wrong places, like my forehead. Way shiny.
Mine too, look at. I don't know
Don't
if
even try to
I don't
compare.
know if it's showing up on your end, but
Not showing up on my end. On my end, all I'm seeing though, which is a big beam of light, like whoosh, 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 whoosh.
okay. So what this is kind of part two on actually talking about Sabrina Carpenter this time around. Okay, hi, editing Peyton here. Um, we don't talk about Sabrina Carpenter like at all. So it's coming, I promise, and we'll mention when it's around when it's coming at like the end of the video. I promise you, it's gonna happen. We just got on another tangent today, so I'm so sorry. But keep listening, it's good, it's fun. It's just we don't talk about Sabrina today. But we have a few things to share before we get to that.
Yes. So, Peyton first.
I have a job interview tomorrow. That's scary. I've never interviewed for a job. I've interviewed for a scholarship. I don't think that went well. Um, and yeah, now I have a job interview. I called yesterday and they were like, the manager's not in, and I'm like, okay, cool. And then he called today, but my phone was on Do Not Disturb. And so it like immediately hung up on him. And then I was like, oh, okay. And so then I like went and I called him and I was like, hey, sorry. Like,
I didn't know Do Not Disturb did that. I'm glad I've never put my phone on Do Not Disturb because then I'd have like venues calling me to book and they'd be like, "What is she doing? Why is she hanging up on me?"
no, it was like an immediate like F you button. Like if you're on Do Not Disturb, it immediately hangs up. And I was like, oh God.
Well, that might explain the few times I thought you were ignoring me.
Yeah, no, no.
I was like, "Oh, okay. I guess Peyton doesn't want to hear from me today."
Yeah. And if my phone's on Do Not Disturb, you can just like ignore it. But most of the time, my phone is blowing up like from Twitter notifications and stuff, and it's just annoying. And so I can't deal with it. I'm like, you're going on Do Not Disturb. Like,
See, that's where at some point, like there have been a few times where I've like gone into settings for certain apps and like turned on notifications for those apps,
well,
or like you like filtered them out more because I was getting so many like I for a while I was getting so many Facebook and Instagram notifications that weren't even relevant. And so then I was never seeing the stuff that was relevant and I was so sick of it. I was like not even paying any attention. But I'd miss like text messages because I had so many notifications and stuff.
and
And I was
I
screaming.
would do that, but I have my Twitter notifications set up in a way where like the merch bot is showing and like stuff like that. But sometimes they just post random crap and I'm like, I'm not here for random crap. Like, I just want to see the Taylor Swift merch.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no, I just oh, no, I'm nervous. I need to like prepare for this, but I don't know how to prepare for an interview. Like, I'm stressing. And I'm trying to finish, like, I'm trying to do this job for the rest of the school year and then work like 1 day a week over the summer just to maintain my employment for next school year. I don't think they're gonna like that. So I'm a little nervy about that. But yeah. But either I get it or I won't. The interview might go horribly. That's not gonna happen. It's called
Hopefully it goes.
confidence.
Yeah, it's going to be a great interview and you're going to get the job and then you're going to enjoy the job and it's going to be fantastic.
Yes.
So in my news, I made a little bit of a vlog for it, but I forgot to like sign off at the end. So I think I'm just gonna like you'll like record like a little sign off thing today and be like, "Oops, forgot to do that. Bye everybody," and then like post it. But we went to Disney on Ice, which by the way, the Disney on Ice had the Eras tour. They had, oh my gosh, they had fans. They were like, "Bonjour." It was like the entrance, of the Eras
Mhm.
tour. It was really cool. It was for Moana. But it sounds like this where I wonder, do I just love life or am I childish? Because two of my brothers were super unimpressed. Like I mean they were like, yeah, it was cool, but I'm not sure that it's worth spending $50 for tickets to go again. And I'm like, it's Disney on Ice for $50. What do you mean? And me and Aiden had like a blast. We loved it. And Aiden now wants to be a part of Disney on Ice. And
Shocker.
it's funny because being a princess is something that definitely had points in my life that I've fantasized about a little bit because my favorite thing about the music that I do is I love bringing joy to people's lives. When I go and do Taylor Swift birthday parties, my favorite thing is how excited the little girls get and how they all want like hugs and they look at you like you're the coolest thing ever and you just know that they made their day special and you know that you left an impact. And so there are times where I honestly start wondering like, I don't know, maybe I kind of want to go be like a Disney princess at Disney. Like do I fit the parameters? Which, by the way, there's no freaking way that I do because I definitely need to lose weight for that because
No,
Disney
I don't
princesses are,
either. And I'm too
but
tall. Most of the princesses are like freaking 5 foot. So,
which, if that's the case, I'm too tall for that too, and I'm short, so it's surprising. But like I've thought about that genuinely. Like I've thought like maybe that'd be kind of cool. Like a friend of mine, her sister went and did like some kind of like an intern thing at Disney, and not she wasn't like as a Disney princess. I forget what exactly it was for. Honestly, now it's been a while, but it was really cool. And when I was thinking about that, I was like, now I was that just makes me want to be a Disney princess even more. Like can you imagine being a part of like the Disney team and being able to bring that kind of joy to a kid's life and getting to see that smile on their
mhm.
face and make them all excited? Like I literally almost cried like 10 times at the show. Not over the princesses, let me clarify, okay? I loved the show, but I'm not I wasn't like a little kid in the crowd like, "Oh my gosh, it's Ariel." No, when Minnie Mouse gave a little girl dressed as Belle a rose, and that was like the start of the Beauty and the Beast portion, and it like lit up the magic meter a little bit and all that stuff. I almost cried. Whenever they brought the little kids, like two little kids from the audience up to sit on like the corner and like a little bit off the ice and just watch them up close, I
Mhm.
almost cried. When all the little girls were standing up out of their seats dancing in their little princess dresses, I almost cried. When I saw a little girl walking around with her dad, and you knew full well that she was having like that princess feeling, and her dad was like, "Let me get this, let me get this," and she was just, he'd be carrying everything, her coat, her this, her that. She's just walking around holding like her wand with like a little tiara and a little dress, like, do, 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 and you knew that
Yeah.
like she was this little princess. I almost cried. And and we got some stuff from my friend's little boy. He is obsessed with Toy Story, so we got him like the little Woody, and he's like all soft and squishy. His whole body is, except his head's hard. And then it has a hat, which is like hard plastic. So you can put the hat on his head. And then after we bought this, and this thing cost like $30, me and my mom were like, yeah, let's go 50-50 for this. Like, we're getting it for him.
Mhm.
I look around and see that behind the display where the doll is, there was like the hat, like a hat sized for a child, okay? Like what Andy in the movie had.
Yeah.
I saw that and I was like, there's a hat. I was like, I'm going in. This hat could have cost me $60, and trust me, I was not leaving without it. Let me make that very clear. I've said this to my friend as well too. I was like, your son was getting this hat. Like it could have cost me $100, and I was not leaving without this dang hat.
Mhm.
I was lucky. It was like foam or whatever, or like some like weird, whatever, and it was like $12. In hindsight, I kind of wish I bought him two, so we had one to like play with and destroy, and then another one to have maybe like as they got a little bit older if he still liked it, or for her to have if she wanted to keep it,
Yeah.
something like that. Like if $12 put in a box in the attic, like, but
Mhm.
I didn't even think about it at the time. I will say I'm guilty of really wanting the light up one that had a little Mickey on top, and it almost looked like a Mickey waffle. Like I don't know if you've ever seen that, but like because it was gold and it had like the outline of, like his
Hmm.
face, cute. But it was really cute. But it was like $30 or $40, and I was not paying $30 or $40 for me, a grown woman, to wave a light in the air and then come home and not know what to do with it. So I didn't. But
Yeah.
I did look at it and like question it like 6 times. It was ridiculous. Also, by the way, they were souvenir cups, but it's like a hockey arena, obviously, because it's Disney on Ice. And
Hmm.
so it's like it would have been so smart for Disney to have Disney souvenir cups, but they didn't. And then you got a souvenir cup and you didn't get free refills. So I do have a complaint about that because why am I spending that much money on a pop for you to not refill it?
Yeah.
I did not want a cup with a hockey player on it, okay? I came for Ariel and Cinderella and for Elsa and for Belle. I didn't come for some hockey player who like loses half of his teeth after a game. That is not what I came for. So I do not want a cup with him on it. But I have one because I thought I was gonna get refills. I think that's the end of my rant now.
Yeah, we went to Disney on Ice a couple times when I was a child, and then we went last year. And it's fun. And I mean, my mind is blanking. I'm so sorry. Like I said, weird mood today. Like I get mid-sentence and then I'm like, I have no idea what I'm trying to say. It's fun and I enjoy it and I enjoy watching like all of the little kids and like whatever. Like that is by far the best part. And I am singing my heart out at all of these things.
My
Like,
dad started recording me partway through because I was singing along to Let It Go. And then Connor was looking at me funny because then you know the Demi Lovato version of Let It Go that's like has a different part to it.
okay, yeah.
I forget there are lyrics in that song that are in the one from the movie.
I think I know what you're talking about.
And
Yeah.
I was singing them and he started looking at me like, what is this? And how do you know what this is? And I was like, you've never heard the Demi Lovato version. He was like, the what? So I taught him something that day.
Yeah. Um, Last year they had like Encanto, so we went and saw that. So we got to like yell, "We don't talk about Bruno." Like it was fun. Um,
Oh. They had Coco, and I think I've seen Coco. I don't remember because I think it's because it was Coco or something else that I did. I think it was Coco, but I didn't. That wasn't like my favorite. So
mhm.
which, by the way, I was like, "Oh, this is my favorite." Like, I had to pee so bad. I got up to pee. I made this poor little girl and her mom move so I could go pee, thinking this is my moment to pee. Immediately after that one, they had intermission, and I could have just waited like 5 more minutes, but I already waited like an hour, and so I felt so bad. That was so mad.
You wouldn't have gotten to the bathroom in intermission though, honestly, because
Well, and that's the other thing. And I did pee again during intermission because I was scared I was gonna have to pee again later, so I still went. But Coco was freaking cool. They had people up on stilts doing this. They were like, would go all the way down and come back over to the other side. I mean, they were just like, imagine my hand is their body. For those of you who can actually see this, my hand's their body. This is the pole, and they were just like, I was like,
Mhm.
are you guys okay? Like, how are you even? And then they brought out these huge skeletons, and they had a black light, and so everything was like lighting, like was like
Mhm.
glowing and stuff. They had the big flowy skirts. Oh my gosh, I love those skirts. I want a skirt like that. I want to dance in one of those skirts and be like, wah 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 wah. You know? Okay. By the way, I did not take my ADHD medicine today because I'm currently all out of it. So I think that that's where my energy is coming from. I am so sorry. I just realized how bad this is.
Just
But
listen.
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, you think Disney on Ice is cool. Once you get a chance to actually go to Disney, you are just gonna be like, wow. Like,
Stop reminding me, okay?
listen, I told you we could go together.
Okay, and we're saving up money for that. But I'm a musician. My career costs as much as Disney does, times like five.
Okay, yes, but how are you gonna do anything fun in your life if you don't manage your career and your personal life?
Well, you know what? If I could manage my career first, then I could do whatever the heck I wanted with my personal life. You
I'm
should be supporting my career. My career might pay for you to live in Florida for a year and
I
go to Disney every day if you wanted.
I'm supporting you. I'm just saying that I want to go to Disney soon and I
Oh, so this is about you.
it is. No, listen, you I don't know. the thought is gone again. I am so sorry. I am also mm, not, I'm also struggling.
We've got missed too many thoughts over here and missed not enough thoughts.
No thoughts. I'm just saying that I think it would be pretty dang fun to go together, but your career. No, just kidding. I get it. I get that you have lots of music things to do. I can hear every time you send a text, like it goes through.
I know. I can't even make that stop.
It's so funny. But yeah, no. Okay, I'm just saying we need to save up money and then maybe we can go. But please hold while Chelsea texts. Oh, but yeah. No, we're going at some point. We're gonna do something in the very not near future, but nearer future. Like it's happening.
By the way, have you been hearing all of the news stories about planes crashing recently?
Yes, but planes, the plane crashing rate is actually down this year than it was by this time last year. That just one helicopter accident happened or whatever, and now they're reporting every plane crash. Like this happens all the time. Not all the time, but this happens more often than like it's getting reported on.
Well, I just want you to know that your friend who is terrified of airplanes is struggling.
Girl, you've never been on an airplane.
This is part of why!
No, I get it. But the plane crashes are actually down this year than they were last year. They're just reporting on it more often. And there's like
I'm
I
so
can't remember how many planes they said that were in like this. There was a whole TikTok about it. I'll send it to you if I can find it. But they said there's like this is like one every 10,000 planes that are I don't know how many. Yeah, so there's between 12,000 and 14,000 planes in the air right now. And it's like I can't remember how many plane crashes. It's like one every few days that it's getting reported on now. Yeah, so it's really nothing to be worried about, especially since the crashes are down. It's just scary because
you say so.
it's just scary because they are reporting on it more because they're profiting on it. Because
Well, they're about to
people,
start losing money because ain't nobody gonna fly no more.
well, the news is profiting off of it. The airlines aren't. But
The airline should sue. Actually, no, because I like to know when bad things happen so that I can run away from them.
well, you can look it up.
Well, somebody has to report on it to be able to look it up.
Yeah. No, I don't know.
So
I'm
I just
just like I kind of I mean, I was on 13 flights last year and nothing went wrong. Not that it can't happen, but I'm just like, I've been on so many flights like in my life and like nothing has happened. So like part of me is yes, I should be concerned, but also there's nothing I can do. Because people get in a car crash more than they can get in a plane crash. It is way more likely to get in a car crash than
somebody almost hit me the other day, and I came home and almost cried. Let's talk about it, okay? Because listen, so for whatever reason, people have a lot of parties on this street, okay? And this street is not wide enough for that. Let me just explain. People line up their cars along the side of the street in order to like park there. But it's always this like one house and it's always around this bend. So this entire bend is lined with cars. You have to drive in the wrong lane like all the way up around this bend. So like you can kind of see how there's nobody coming, but people on our street think it's a great idea to just speed because like, oh, speed limit, who cares, right? So I'm driving and I have no choice but to go around these cars. So I go around and I start going and I'm going slow. And I'm like ready to honk my horn in case someone looks like they're gonna come from the other direction. But honestly, by the time this guy was coming, I was so panicked I forgot that I was able to honk my horn. And because he was flying directly at me and he never slowed down. And I had to dodge out of his way. He straight up would have hit me head on if I didn't move. And there was a little space between two cars, and I thought, well, I was like, shoot, well, maybe I can kind of like dodge in there, but I was already so far down the road at that point that I tried to turn, but I couldn't go any further. I would have hit the one car because I was like going right at it, the front of it.
Mhm.
So I really thought he was gonna hit the back of my vehicle. I really, really thought that he was. And he literally had extra room left on his side of the road, and he did not even try to get over. Like he could have bumped up onto the curb a little bit. I mean, you're better off in the grass, honey bunches, than
Mhm.
in my car. So get over or stop or slow down or something. But he didn't. He just kept flying.
Yeah.
And luckily he didn't hit me, but I really thought that he was going to. I got home, I almost freaking cried. And I came inside flipping the frick out. And my dad
Okay.
actually called like to file a report about it, but then the cops showed up our house, which seems odd to me. I don't know. I
I
didn't know it
mean,
was
but if you have to file like, if he went to file a report, they're like, they have to come.
well, I know, but I feel like see, maybe I don't know if that was the difference. He was filing a report or what, but I feel like he's called before and said like this is happening. Can you come like patrol or something to like catch people doing this to hopefully get people to stop doing this? Because my brothers have almost gotten hit by cars before getting onto the school bus because they didn't stop when the school bus stopped. Like
Hmm.
there's a lot of incidents on our street, and that's just with us. So I can imagine if you put the whole street together. And he's called before and they didn't show up at the house for like a statement. So I don't, you know what I mean? So I don't know if maybe this time was different because he was calling to like make a report or something. I don't fully know what he was doing because I was getting ready to go to a funeral. So I didn't really
Hmm.
know what I wasn't really paying attention that much. I got home freaked out and then ran to go and hurry up and change because I had to get out of here to go. And then I
Hmm.
was like halfway ready to go. Well, not halfway, but like mostly ready to go. And my dad was like, "You want to come tell him what happened?" And I was like, "Are you on the phone with him?" Walking out, and there he is in the kitchen. I'm like, "Oh, he's here."
Hey!
I had like just peeled off my lipstick. I was like, "Thanks, Dad. Thanks." At least I was like fully clothed and not
Yeah.
like wearing like pajama pants with like a dress or something stupid. And then he told me and Connor to go have fun wherever we were going. You know, you're going to a wedding or something because we were dressed up all nice. You know. He was like, and Connor goes, "Yeah, I mean, we're going to a funeral, but you know," and he was like, "Oh, I'm sorry," and that was really awkward.
What? I'll ask later. Never mind.
But I'm
Um,
still alive.
yeah, that is. I'm glad. I'm real glad you didn't die. Okay, so dying in a car crash is 1 in 5,000, and you have a 1 in 11 million chance of dying in a plane crash. So that's how big of a difference it is.
Wait, and how much?
So 1 in 1,000 or 1 in 5,000 to die in a car crash, and 1 in 11 million to die in a plane crash.
11 million, really?
Yeah,
Wow, shit.
I'm telling you, this is just like you're seeing more of this because it's being more reported on in like bigger news like stations. Like it's highly unlikely. Okay, and this one says 1 in 90. This says your lifetime odds are 1 in 93 to die in a car crash, and it's 1 in 9,821 for a flight.
Sorry.
So,
I usually have my phone here, so if I need to like text something, like I can. But I have my phone used for my light because my lamp makes me yellow. I don't like being yellow because I feel really ugly when I look yellow. So,
uh, yeah, we did the thing where we didn't talk about Sabrina Carpenter at all, and we honestly don't have time to do it. We will talk about her at one point.
You know what? I am going to do a very deep, in-depth report about her career from start to finish, and then I'm just going to report on it the whole time and be like, so, Sabrina Carpenter in 2014 started here, and she did this, and she was on Disney Channel starting in this year when she made a cameo in Austin and Alley as a young girl who won a singing competition. She then went on to release quite a few albums and co-star actually, alongside Rowan Blanchard in Disney's Girl Meets
And
World.
you nailed that.
Now you got half the story already. Hey up.
Yeah. Oh my
I'm gonna
gosh.
show you that too. And the most obnoxious British accent you've ever heard that's going to make plenty of people that we know from the UK cry about how incapable we are.
Facts.
Facts. That sounded so
Sounded bad. Sounded bad.
bad. Facts.
Stop saying that.
I know facts of fact.
Oh, I'm going to see Chris Olsen this weekend. I think
Yeah.
I think that'll be our next topic. And
Yeah,
then
yeah. Oh, and don't forget to tell him that he should come be on our podcast.
I'll try to remember. It's looking like you don't get much time with him at all. So,
Well, that's gonna have to be your only topic of conversation. You're gonna be like, so I got a really quick pitch for you, Sonny Bunches of boy. You gotta be. No, no. I want you to be on our fancy schmancy podcast. It's called States Away. Because see, me and my best friend, we live states away, and you actually know my best friend. So if you go on your phone,
he knows me too.
you will see that you follow her. You will see that you know who she is and you are friends with her, even if you forgot. And so you're going to go on your phone right down there and you're going to just send us a message real quick to confirm that you are interested in this interview. And then we are going to do plenty of research so that we can talk about you and all your life, like your tour and your dating life and your best friend, Megan Trainer.
Wow, you nailed it.
And so you're just gonna copycat all of that, and I'm sure he's gonna say yes.
Yeah, sorry.
Sorry, not gonna happen.
Oh, thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. Expect a blooper reel from this one because there was a lot going on.
Yeah.
Also, also sorry that we didn't talk about Sabrina Carpenter at all.
Yeah, it's okay. We'll do it eventually. I promise.
Yeah, we're gonna probably talk about Chris Olsen this for next week, and then we kind of want to do a little deep dive into the Ruby Frankie case.
Yeah, I gotta watch that still.
Um, so that'll be the week after that, and then maybe after that we will do Sabrina Carpenter. But one of these days when both of us have time, maybe we'll pre-record like a bunch of crap, and then we can like start doing like 2 episodes a week.
Yeah.
But we have to find time to pre-record everything.
Thanks for sticking around through all the crazy. You know we love you.
We do love you so much, and
We will see you next week on States Away, the craziest show on the internet.
oh yeah, we'll be talking about crystals and be there or be square.
Yeah. Don't be square. No one likes a square.
No. Okay, bye.
Bye.